Hello and welcome back to Everywhere Helper. Today we are going to talk about hydraulic system in detail, and it will take some time, and maybe the video is longer than usual. So let's start. First of all, the table of contents are hydraulic basic knowledge, the introduction of hydraulic components, hydraulic system of excavator, the introduction of hydraulic pipeline, pressure test and adjust troubleshooting. So these are the basic contents which we will study in today's video. So first of all, Pascal theorem. What does it is, and what does it mean by Pascal theorem? So basically, in Pascal theorem, we used to say that when there is an increase in pressure at one point of the container, there will be closed container. There will be same increase at each point. Means if the force is applied to any of the liquid, it will be divided equally. There are other conditions as well. Means the angle which will be found between the fluid and the container, it will be at 90 degree. So this is the basics. Means small input, more output, and basically it is and the theorem is like this. So the next thing is symbols. There are many symbols in hydraulic system, but we are going to talk about the basic and the important symbols. The first line means if there is a pipe, we will show in the circuit as a single line, and if there is a broken solid line represent pilot or drain lines. Normally a double dotted line represent combined elements. Okay, and there are intersect lines with small dots represented connected lines. Means if there are t, if there is a, for example, t, or if there are two different points and which are intersected at a single point, so we will indicate it with the small dots in between two lines. The next thing is and the cross lines. Intersecting lines with a small circular offset represent lines of circuit that don't meet. It means and they are two different lines, but they are passing through the same path. That means if one line is A and the other line is B, A and B will not be intersected with each other. This is the basic difference between dotted and the other line. The one of them is intersected, which is represented by the dot, and the other is represented with the you can say a little bend in the pipe. It indicates that there are two pipes. Okay, so the other symbols, normally we indicate pump with P, and the ports like A and B, and reservoir are, we used to normally we use T for tank and D for drain. Okay, and let's come to the basic composition of the hydraulic system. Hydraulic system consists of four parts. Obviously, we know that there are four major components in an hydraulic system. The first one is, you can say, the hydraulic tank, which is this is the hydraulic tank. This is pump. This is relief valve. This is the control valve, and that last we have actuator. So this is the most basic hydraulic system circuit which you can see on the screen. So first of all, in the blue line we have a reservoir. What is reservoir? Reservoir is the storage place of hydraulic oil. We normally store hydraulic oil in the reservoir, and the grade of hydraulic oil is SAE 10. It is the you can say the thin oil. The more the grade is lower, the more it indicates that it has the low viscosity. Okay, after that we have pump. There are two basic types of pumps. Obviously, there are many types of the pumps depending upon the category, but according to displacement we have two pumps: the fixed displacement pump and the variable displacement pump. In this case, there is no line on the pump, which indicates that it is a fixed displacement pump. You can also say it's a gear type pump. The reservoir will is on the 80% or 100%, I can say. The reservoir is on the top. It is on the height. So the oil which comes to the pump is you can say it comes by gravity. Okay, then the oil the prime mover is all the prime mover always drive the pump. either it's a fixed or a variable displacement, because if the engine is running, it means the pump is always running. So the pump will get drive from the engine, and it means it will take the oil from the reservoir, and it will always send the oil towards the control valve. Okay. So uh, how we can define the pump? So as I told you, it gets drive from the prime mover, and it sends the oil to the control valve by taking it from the tank. So let's combine it all. So we can say that pump is an device, hydraulic pump is a device which converts mechanical energy of the engine, because it gets mechanical drive. Means there is a shaft which is fitted in between the PTO gear, so it will get the drive from the engine, or it can take drive from the motor as well, electric motor you can say. uh, so it will give the drive to the gears. There are normally two gears in the fixed displacement pump. So it will suck the oil from the reservoir, and then it will send the oil towards the control valve assembly. Okay. So we can say that pump is a device which converts mechanical energy into the hydraulic energy. The pump creates flow, but when it have a restriction in front of it, it can create pressure. Okay. So and the next thing is relief valve. What is relief valve? Obviously, the system always have a specific limits. Means, and there is a yield strength and tensile strength. Or you can simply say the system consists of a specific strength. If you provide more pressure than that strength, it will harm, or it will damage the system. So we have to stay in the limits as per the things which you are using. Either it's piping, either it's cylinders, it could be anything. So the we have a specific, you can say, limits of strength. And relief valve. What is relief valve? A relief valve, it we have it is a device which relieves the extra pressure. It is a device which relieves the extra pressure towards the reservoir or tank. Okay. In this condition, it is fitted in between the control valve assembly and the pump. Okay. It takes the it's fitted between pump and control valve. Once there is a limit exceeds the pressure, then it will be released towards the tank. Okay. Okay, so this is the relief valve. The next thing is control valve. There are several types of control valves. It's a flow control valve, direction control valve, pressure control valve. So, control valve. What is control valve? Control valve actually consists of a spool. Now, what is spool? Spool is a mechanical device which always slides in within the control valve assembly, means in the housing, and it creates a direction for the hydraulic oil to go towards the actuator. Okay. So this is the function of control valve. The next thing is actuator. What is actuator? Actuator is a device which converts hydraulic energy into mechanical energy, because the pump gives us the hydraulic energy, and that hydraulic energy needs to be converted into the mechanical energy, because we want to take some output from the actuator. For example, bucket, boom, arm, and even travel motors. There are two types of actuators: rotary actuators and linear actuators. Cylinder is a type of linear actuator. All right. So this is all about the basic hydraulic system. Okay. And let's move on to the next components. Oh, here we have symbols. One way fixed displacement. Here you can say it's a hydraulic pump. Obviously, the pump can be uh, driven into in a single direction, and it's also indicating the two-way, maybe two-way direction. We can't say that pump can be driven into the two-way, but there is a condition that it can be fitted into front side of the PTO or back side of the PTO. That's how we can say that it's a two-way direction. Okay. And variable displacement. Here we have variable displacement. In the case of variable displacement, sorry, in the case of variable displacement, there is a line. Here you can see line. This indicates that the pump is a type of variable displacement type pump. It's a fixed displacement pump. There is no line. Okay, this is the basic difference between fixed displacement and variable displacement in the symbol, not in the pumps. In case of the examples, you can consider a fixed displacement pump is a gear type pump, and variable displacement type pump is a you can say swash plate type hydraulic pump. All right, and next we have symbols of hydraulic valves. You can see one way valve, it's a check valve. uh, it's only allows flow only in one direction. You can say flow only in one direction from higher to lower side, but you must know that it can be operated on a positive pressure or the negative pressure. If it is operated with the help of negative pressure, then it will not be a check valve, it will be a suction valve. But if it is operated on a positive pressure, then then we can say that it's a check valve. Okay, then we have shuttle valve and flow control valve for controlling the flow, variable flow control valve, a relief valve. We already studied relief valve, and pressure reducing valve, solenoid valve, and shutter valve. These are the symbols for these valves. Okay. uh, Here we have hydraulic motor. In the case of pump, you must know that the arrow is on the uh, within the circle, but on the face is on the outer side. Okay, but in the case of motor, the arrow head is on the inner side. Okay, it's a hydraulic motor, and you can also see the variable type hydraulic motor as well. Hydraulic cylinder, here we have double acting and single acting. Double acting is used with the arm, with a boom, with a bucket, or even for the steering system of wheel loader, even in the mobile crane. There's a double acting cylinder. But in the case of single acting cylinder, it is used in the, you can say, it can be used in the press, or you can say the best example for the single acting cylinder is bottle type hydraulic jack. It's a single acting. It only allows the oil in one direction, and you have to put some force to release the pressure towards the tank with the help of the force you applied. Okay, and symbol of hydraulic components is the other components: cooler, filter, accumulator, and hydraulic reservoir. Okay, recommendation of hydraulic oil, you can see here the recommended hydraulic oil change. If the machine is new, you can change the hydraulic oil after 1,000 hours for the first time only. And if the machine is old, like you can say from the first time, it's not first time, it's second time or third time, or onwards, you can change the hydraulic oil every 2,000 hours. Okay, so these are the basic things. Introduction to hydraulic components. Here we have pump. In the picture, you can see the pump. In this picture, this is a type of variable displacement type pump. Okay, uh, in this case, there are two pumps. Normally, we call them pump one, pump two, or front main pump and rear main pump. If the pump on the side of engine, that pump is known as front main pump, and the other pump is known as rear main pump. Okay, it is intersected with the shaft. It gets mechanical drive from the engine, and then sends the hydraulic oil to the control valve. This pump also have a sensing system behind that assembly. Okay, and in that case we have different valves which controls a swash plate angle, so we can control the delivery according to the input from the operator from the lever. Okay, so this is I think so it's enough about the main pump. And then main control valve, in this case we have a main control valve of a excavator. This gets the oil from the main pump will send the oil towards the main control valve. Okay, and main control valve also have a oil from the charging pump, or you can say auxiliary pump, that is for the operation of the spool. Okay, The main pump will send the oil into the control valve assembly for operating the actuators. But the charging pump or the auxiliary pump will send the oil towards the control valve, and not within the spool but on the side of the spool for operating the spool. Main pump's oil will not operate the spool. It will just get the direction from the spool. But the other pump which is sending oil towards the control valve, it will operate the spool so that it can open the way for the main pump's oil. Alright. Spools are actuated with the help of, even you can say, mechanically operated spool, hydraulically operated spool, and even pneumatic tap spools. Okay, even there are the electrically controlled spools as well. Those spools which have the solenoids for operation. So I think so it's enough. Swing motor and reducer. Swing motor, obviously we have to swing the upper carriage of the machine, and we need to send the oil towards the swing motor by getting it from the control valve. And we have a reducer. A reducer means it's a swing machinery, because the swing motor will, if we fit the swing motor directly with the swing circle, okay, it will rotate the upper carriage at very high speed, and we will not be able to control the speed of the upper carriage. So in order to control the speed of the upper carriage, we have to fit some assembly. Okay, and that assembly is known as swing machinery. What is the main function of swing machinery? It increases the torque and it reduces the speed. It has a planetary gear system within it. Okay, most of the times it is installed with a double planetary gear system. This is enough about it. Travel motor and reducer. Travel motor, in the case of excavator, we have two travel motors, one on the right side, one on the left side. Both gets oil from the main pump, and both have a different spools. And once we operate the single motor, for example, we operate the right motor, it will move the machine towards the left side. And if we operate the left motor, it will move the machine towards the right side. If we operate the both motors at the same time, machine will move forward. And if we operate the both motors in reverse direction by pulling the levers or sticks towards us, it will move the machine backwards. And obviously in that case, the sprocket should be on the back side. uh, okay, and swing motor is installed with a reducer. Now, what is that reducer? That reducer is actually final drive. Final drive increases the torque and reduces the speed which gets from the motor. Okay, and then next is pilot valve. Actually, it's different names for this valve. It's a pilot valve. Sometimes it is known as PPC valve, pressure proportional control valve. Okay, what is the main function of this valve? I told you earlier, the main control valve assembly will get the oil from the charging pump, okay, or the auxiliary pump, and that auxiliary pump sends the oil to the main control valve assembly by getting the input from the operator. For example, if I operate the spool, if I operate the lever within the cabin, it will operate that pilot valve. The charging pump is already sending the oil to the pilot valve, and that will be transferred to the main control valve assembly for operating the spool only if I operates the main lever within the cabin. Okay, so this is how it works. In a summarized way, you can say that the pilot valve increases the, you can say, increases the output as given by the operator, or you can say it reduces the fatigue of the operator, because operator needs to work 8 hours, 10 hours most of the times. So in that case, operator needs to be active, operator needs some rest. So we don't we don't want operator to apply lots of forces. We want that operator stay active. So in order to keep the operator active, we have to reduce his fatigue. Okay, and then travel pilot valve. In travel pilot valve, it is fitted below the pedals. Once we operate the pedals or sticks, it will send the oil to the control valve assembly as per the input from the operator. The similar way, only the different position you can say. Then pilot valve block. Pilot valve block is a different assembly. It is actuated with accumulator. It stores hydraulic oil. So once there is a problem within the engine, it gives oil to the spool, so the work equipment don't falls down. Okay. So the introduction of hydraulic pump. I think so. The video is getting longer. Already 20 minutes. Let me see. Mm, we have stuff here. Uh, okay, let's cover main pump for today, and the rest of the will be covered into the next video. So let's move on to the main pump. Main pump is composed of the main pump and pilot pump. No, there's a pilot pump. That's what I was calling charging pump or auxiliary pump. The main pump is a variable displacement auxiliary plunger pump. It produces high pressure oil for the hydraulic system of excavator. The pilot pump is a excuse me. The pilot pump is a fixed displacement gear pump. It supplies oil for the control system. The pump and the main pump is driven by the engine through a coupler. The pilot gear pump is connected directly by the drive shaft of the main pump at the same rotate speed. Yes, it is fitted at the end of the pump after the rear main pump, and it has a one driver gear, and the driven gear it gets oil from the tank, and then most of the times its pressure is 30 kg per cm square. Okay, 30 kg per cm square, or you can say 3 megapascal. Okay, 1 megapascal is equals to 10 kg per cm square, and 1 kg per cm square is equals to 14.7 psi. And so here you have the main pump. You can if you want this file in the form of pdf, you can just directly comment on the video, your mail or your number, I can send it to you directly. Okay. So here you can see left pump. This is the main description of the pump. Okay, so at the start you can see the port of the pilot pressure test. Yes, obviously there's a port which is normally known as a takeoff port. We remove the takeoff port and we apply the pressure gauge to measure the pressure of the pilot pump. Most of the machines have that in the monitor screen. The port of main pump pressure test. Again, sorry. The port of the main pressure test, a port of leakage oil outlet, right pump, pilot pump, and the adjuster. These are the, you can say, parts. If you want, again, if you want the file, just comment your email, Gmail or email. I will send it to you directly. Okay. So, and here we have the schematic hydraulic circuit of the main pump. Okay, and after that we have the control valve assembly. So I will make another video for control valve assembly. Uh, Kindly stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. If you are new and if you think that it's helpful to you, make a comment and like as well. Thank you. Take care.